So for the first time in my life, I felt an orgasm out of just talking to a person.
What?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man. I gotta tell you.
All right,
So
bro.
yeah, I gotta defend it now, probably.
You
So
gotta
it was
explain
like,
it, man. I'll be sneak. I'll be sneak.
so yeah, I gotta start from the beginning. As you know, that guy Vasily from Kiev, Ukraine, that I met like last time on the street randomly. I was super curious about this guy because he's a pianist, and I was like, I wanted to test his skills, as I usually like to do. All right, you're a good pianist. Let's check it out. And we arranged a meeting in a piano store nearby, and that was insane. That was a crash course on music, on piano, and I was just listening. A lot of subcontext was involved. Like I was just like, "Yo, this is surreal, man. That's something is going on here." And he explained me from notes to music to China, and I had to do a whole fucking, like a report, like audio report, as I usually do, because there's so many topics in there. So the first one that I was like the most prominent really idea that stands out to me is like I asked him how to understand Chinese music, and he said you just gotta play an instrument, and I was just like, yo, that's right. I've gotta just rephrase it, restate it a little. In order to understand Chinese humor, I gotta start making jokes in Chinese.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just stroked me so bad. I was like, fuck, man, that's absolutely right. I was so happy to hear it because, yeah, that make all sense, in this world. But after this conversation, I'm gonna just put it short because I gotta explain myself because people are gonna call out for this shit. So as we done talking, I was like literally walking with him and taking notes, like so many good ideas, good observations on China. That guy taught me, by the way, how to study Chinese characters and do not really see it so like super serious, It's all you gotta stay cool, chill pill because nobody gives a fuck. Yesterday in the gym, just a short story, like two guys just came up to me and was like, yo, can I add your WeChat? I was like, why? It's like, oh, because I heard that you're speaking Chinese is not standard. And I was like, standard, man? Dude, the half of your population speaks unstandard Chinese. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And that's exactly the whole point. But after we done talking with Vasily, I was walking back home, I put his music, Barocco. And I was just relaxing for 3 hours, just like listening it. And then I started to feel it. I felt it, what I have felt from performing a sex act, I was just like, I stopped for a second. And I was like, I was so happy, endorphins in my brain, like jumping back and forth. I was just like, yeah, I know how it feels now. So for the first time, maybe we had it too, I was not really, probably not sensible enough to kind of catch all of this, inward emotions. So after this conversation, like 10 minutes later, I was just like, yo, I need some water, probably. I just need some water. Had a sip. Boom. Exactly. That's what I want to do, That's what I'm gonna be like. This is my new drug, it is super addictive because the level of conversation. By the way, that guy also taught me not how to not cut somebody off as a person speaking, because like he once asked me, because I as you know, man, I like I like still to cut somebody out right at the middle of the point, and he was just like, "Yo, you interrupted me for what, man?" And I was like, "Yo, no point in interruption. That's right." It was like, "Go ahead." And from that time, that exact rebuke to me was like, "Yo, that's right. That's right." You know. So yeah, to just make sense out of it, I want to say that I'm gonna be pursuing this new realm. I want to be a good communicator. You know, I want to be a good what is the word? Medium. I want to be a good medium. You know, through which people can
Oh,
no,
yeah. No, it works. When you follow it up, yeah.
through which people can get some information, take something out of me.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Like a conduit, you know. I feel like I learned this word in Russian too.
what is the word?
Conduit.
I don't know the word.
It's like I can't look it up right now, but like it's like something. It's all right. First of all, it's an electrical scientific term. It's like
Yeah.
a thing that electricity goes into it.
Ah,
and then it
conductor,
shoots it out.
проводник. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
want to be that.
that's what good communicators are. And a lot of people don't realize that in society because they don't understand the depth of communication and how it works. But if you're a good communicator and you understand the philosophy of it, like I said, the high ideas and then the practical use, then you understand like yeah, like you're just you collect a whole bunch of information and then you disperse it, share it, you know, give people
Yeah.
knowledge of things that they might not have known and better their life. And it's just that also that feeling of like just giving people someone like giving someone like some relief or like just some new knowledge or like some new perspective. That feels good. So that's like a happiness also.
And I want to just add something. Knowing the style of how my new acquaintance studies, you know, how he gets information about not just the subject he studies, but all things around him. I can adjust myself, you know. I can transfer my knowledge to him through this exact style of education, right? This is my obligation. I was just like, yo, I gotta somehow find a way to pursue him or to as pound as in Russian we say pound an idea to his head, you know. And that's exactly right. You know, he has to take another English exam in December. So you have like at least 3 months to just talk, you know. I can practice Chinese. I can, you know, try to change his perspective on something, you know, because obviously, yeah, they don't know how to do it properly, you know.
Yeah.
And
It's an interesting concept, even like right, changing someone's mind or their perception. I feel like there's a way to like parse that out into two different things because a lot of the times people try to change someone's opinion, right? And that's like a no-go. Like I never try to change someone's opinion. If someone says something that's like not a fact and they're stating it as if it's a fact, then I'll say something. But if it's clear they're like from the beginning, they're like, oh, in my opinion or in my perspective, this, and this, then that's something I can change because then they might give an example and I'd be like, but what about this, you know, or like, what about that? And it's like, I'm not trying to change how you came to that idea. I'm just trying to broaden it. And maybe from seeing a new angle, you might change your idea. But like in the end, you chose to change it. So that's also a communication skill. It's like
or a guy didn't realize it or hasn't realized it yet.
yeah. Also, time also plays a big factor, right? Because some conversations have an effect on people later, like, and who knows how much longer. You know, like it could be a year from now, and then you get in a situation, and then boom, your memory just triggers, and you remember somebody saying something like, "Oh, you should," and then you're like, "Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. I get it."
That's what I read. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice way how you paraphrasing me. You know, and then